الحمد لله وحده والصلاة والسلام على من لا نبي بعده أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إن الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات أولئك هم خير البرية جزاؤهم عند ربهم جنات عدن تجري من تحتها الأنهار خالدين فيها رضي الله عنهم ورضوا عنه ذلك لمن خشي ربه وقال عز وجل إن الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات لهم جنات تجري من تحتها الأنهار ذلك الفوز الكبير صدق الله مولانا العظيم وصدق رسوله النبي الأمي الكريم ونحن على ذلك لمن الشاهدين والشاكرين والحمد لله رب العالمين رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم اللهم انفعنا بما علمتنا وعلمنا ما ينفعنا إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل وسلم وبارك على سيدنا ومولانا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وأتباعه وأزواجه وذرياته Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created us and sent us into this world with two responsibilities. Number one, Iman. And number two, Amal-e-Salih. These are the only two responsibilities we have. Nothing more. Iman and Amal-e-Salih. Inna alladhina amanu, indeed those people who accept Iman. وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ and who carry out أَعْمَالِ الصَّالِحَاتِ أُولَئِكَ هُمْ خَيْرُ الْبَرِيَّةِ They are the best of the creation. फरिश्तों से बेहतर है इंसान बनना मगर उसमें होती है मेहनत ज्यादा. The effort of Iman and the effort of Amal-e-Salihah will make us the best of the creation. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mentioned only two things, Iman and Amal-e-Salihah. That will make us the best of the creation. Nothing more. إِنَّ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ Indeed, those people who accept Iman and thereafter carry out A'mal-e-Salihah لهم جنات تجري من تحتها الأنهار For them are gardens of paradise under which rivers will flow. Iman, amal salih. Only two things. For them are gardens of paradise under which rivers will flow. مثل الجنة التي وعد المتقون فيها أنهار من ماء غير آسن. Rivers of water which will always remain fresh. وأنهار من لبن لم يتغير طعمه. Rivers of milk, the taste of which never change. The taste of which will never change. وأنهار من خمر لذة للشاربين. Rivers of wine, very tasty for those people who will drink from it. وأنهار من عسل مصفى. Rivers of pure honey. وَلَهُمْ فِيهَا مِنْ كُلِّ الثَّمَرَاتِ. And for them in paradise, in Jannah, will be fruits of every type. For whom? Those people who accept Iman and carry out A'mal Salihah. Lahum Jannat. For them are gardens of paradise, tajri min tahtiha al-anhar, under which rivers will flow. ذَلِكَ الْفَوْزُ الْكَبِيرُ. And this is the great success. So Iman and Amal Salihah, the result of which is paradise under which rivers will flow, this is the great success. There is no other success which is greater than this. So we have only two responsibilities. Iman, Amal Salihah. Now what we need to do is to understand Iman and understand Amal Salihah. And after understanding Iman and Amal Salihah, all we need to do is to fulfill this responsibility. So we become deserving of the Jannah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the nearness and proximity of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the attention of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the help of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We become deserving of everything that we desire. Because if we carry out these two responsibilities, Allah will become ours. And if Allah is ours, then everything is ours. And if Allah is not ours, then nothing is ours. If Allah is ours, despite having nothing, everything is ours. And if Allah is not ours, despite having everything, nothing is ours. तुम नहीं हासिल तो कुछ हासिल नहीं, तुम हुए हासिल तो सब हासिल हुए. तुम नहीं हासिल. If I am unable to acquire you, O my Rabb, तुम नहीं हासिल. If I am unable to acquire you, कुछ हासिल नहीं, nothing. I have acquired nothing. तुम हुए हासिल तो सब हासिल हुए. And if I am able to acquire you, then I have acquired everything. अगर एक तू नहीं मेरा तो कोई शय नहीं मेरी. If you, O Allah, are not mine, then nothing is mine. And if you are mine, then everything is mine. The earth is mine, the heaven is mine. अगर एक तू नहीं मेरा तो कोई शय नहीं मेरी. तू एक मेरा तो सब मेरा, फलक मेरा, ज़मी मेरी. In order to acquire Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, His attention, His nearness, His nusra, His help, His mercy, His blessing, His love, His pleasure, only two things, Iman and Amal Salihah. Iman and Amal Salihah comes into existence, Allah is ours. And when Allah is ours, everything is ours. Today the Muslim Ummah finds itself in a turmoil. Whichever part of the Ummah we observe, we see problems. Saudi Arabia problem, Yemen problem, Pakistan problem, Afghanistan problem, Syria problem. And each and every Muslim is eager to solve these problems. And they are all striving to solve these problems. But the solutions are not correct. There is only one solution, Iman Amal Salih. Iman and Amal Salihah, only solution to the collective problems of the Muslim Ummah and the individual problems of the Muslim Ummah. Another name for Iman and Amal Salihah is Taqwa. Iman, Amal Salihah. Iman, Amal Salihah. Another name is Taqwa. Taqwa has two levels. Level number one is Iman, level number two is Amal Salihah. Another name for Iman and Amal Salihah is Wilayah. Wilayat-e Amma. First level of Wilayah, friendship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, is Iman. And Wilayat-e Khassa, the second level of Wilayah, Amal Salihah. Another name for Iman and Amal Salihah is Istiqamah. Iman, Amal Salihah, Istiqamah. Another name for Amal Salihah is Islam. Iman and Islam. So Iman and Islam, Iman and Istiqamah. First level of Wilayah, second level of Wilayah. First level of Taqwa, second level of Taqwa. Different names, but all refer to only two things, Iman and Amal Salihah. Islam is very simple, my friend. So let us remove the word Amal Salihah for a while and substitute it with Islam. Iman and Islam. Now what is Iman? What is Islam? What is Iman? What is Amal Salihah? What is Iman? And what is Istiqamah? And thereafter, what is the first level of Taqwa? What is the second level of Taqwa? What is the first level of Wilayah? What is the second level of Wilayah? These are different names denoting only two things, Iman and Amal Salihah. Inna alladhina qalu rabbuna Allah. Indeed, those people who say, our Rabb is Allah. Iman. Summa istaqamu. Thereafter, they remain with istiqamah. They remain firm. Amal Salihah. Inna alladhina qalu rabbuna Allah. Summa istaqamu. Rabbuna Allah is Iman. Summa istaqamu is Amal Salihah. Fala khawfun alayhim wala hum yahzanun. There will be no fear upon them and they will never grieve. Ulaika ashabul jannati khalidina fiha. These are the people of paradise. They will remain in it forever and ever. Inna alladhina qalu rabbuna Allah iman. Summa istaqamu amal salihah. Tatanazzalu alayhimul malaika. Angels will descend upon them at the time of death. Those people who engage in Iman and who engage in Amal Salihah, the angels of mercy descend upon them daily during their lives. Daily, so many times. Why does Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala specifically mention the time of death? Allah specifically mentions the time of death because at the time of death, this person who carried out his two responsibilities will be actually able to observe the malaika of Rahmah descending. تَتَنَزَّلُ عَلَيْهِمُ الْمَلَائِكَةِ, and they will speak to this person who is dying, Allah takhafu wa la tahzanu. Do not fear, do not grieve. Are you worried about the grave? Don't worry about the grave. Are you worried about the day of judgment? Don't worry. Are you worried about the hisab? Don't worry. Are you worried about pulsirat? Don't worry. La takhafu wa la tahzanu. Are you grieved because you are separating from your wife, from your children, from your friends, from your near and dear ones? No, don't grieve. Why? Because there is no grave for you, there is no day of reckoning for you, there is no pulsirat for you, there is no jahannam for you. وَأَبْشِرُوا بِالْجَنَّةِ الَّتِي كُنْتُمْ تُوعَدُونَ. All the veils will be removed, and from his deathbed this person will see Jannah. And the Malaika will point towards Jannah and they say, we have come to give you glad tidings of that Jannah which you were promised throughout your life. Throughout your life, by the Anbiya or by the inheritors of the Anbiya, the ulama, the du'at, those who were inviting you towards deen and who were saying, Allah will grant you Jannah for Iman and Amal Salihah. Look, their Jannah is waiting for you. So do not fear. No fear of grave, no fear of day of judgment, no fear of Sirat, no fear of Jahannam. That Jannah is waiting. And do not grieve. Because you are leaving your wife, your children, your friends, your families, your dear, and do not grieve. Why? نَحْنُ أَوْلِيَاؤُكُمْ فِي الْحَيَاةِ الدُّنْيَا وَفِي الْآخِرَةِ. Because from today we the angels are your companions. In that little time that remains in this world, we are your friends in this world. We will be your friends in the grave. We will give you company. We will be friends on the day of Qiyamah. We will be your friends on the Pulsirat. And we will remain your friends in Jannah also. Iman and Amal Salihah will make us the best of the creation. Iman and Amal Salihah will guarantee us a good death, Husn Khatimah. Iman and Amal Salihah will guarantee us rule and sovereignty on this earth. وَعَدَ اللَّهُ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا مِنْكُمْ وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has promised those people from amongst you who accept Iman and who carry out Amal Salihah. What promise has Allah made? لَيَسْتَخْلِفَنَّهُمْ فِي الْأَرْضِ. That He will definitely make them the rulers on this earth. This is the solution to our problem. Iman and Amal Salihah. So we need to understand Iman and Amal Salihah. And after understanding Iman and Amal Salihah, we need to make a firm resolution that we will not let go of Iman, nor will we let go of Amal Salihah. Nowadays, my friends, we listen to lectures, discourses for pleasure. And for as long as we continue inviting speakers and listening to their discourses for pleasure, not a single drop of hidayah will enter our hearts. Whoever the speaker may be, as long as he belongs to the correct Aqidah, he belongs to the Ahlus Sunnah wal Jama'ah, and he has acquired knowledge from authentic sources, he has a chain, authentic chain leading to Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, go into his gathering and listen with zeal and with need, that I am in need of this. And make his talk and his discourse a mirror for your life. And you look at your life in the mirror of his talk. What good you find, be grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and make a resolution to remain steadfast. And whatever fault you find, make istighfar immediately and make a resolution to mend your ways. Make tawbah immediately, and thereafter strive to make yourself better. Then only we will benefit. Otherwise, these very majalis and these very gatherings and these very lectures will stand against us on the day of Qiyamah. So many things we do today for pleasure only. Lectures, bayanat, for pleasure. Naat, nazam, for pleasure. We do not even make inquiries as to who the speaker is. As long as he sounds good, he is eloquent. As long as my ears enjoy his style of talking, that's enough for me. We go onto the YouTube and listen to any speaker without even knowing what his background is. For deen, my friends, internet is the most harmful thing in this day and age. For deen, internet is cancerous. Not only the obscene aspect of it, even the religious aspect of it. So we need to understand and learn deen from authentic people, authentic ulama, authentic centers, authentic madaris, authentic gatherings. Imam Muhammad ibn Sirin rahimahullah ta'ala, Imam Muslim rahimahullah ta'ala quotes him. He says, Inna hadha al-ilma deenun. This ilm is deen. We say, our success and the success of the whole humanity lies in deen. Not a single ummati will dispute this fact. Our success and the success of the whole humanity lies in deen. But what is this deen that we are talking about? I have a different image of deen. You have a different description of deen. Each person has his own description. Which deen are we talking about when we say our success lies in deen? We need to refer to the definition of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. What was deen according to Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam? Our success lies in that deen which was deen in the eyes of the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Not that deen which is deen in our eyes. Imam Muhammad ibn Sirin rahimahullah ta'ala says, deen, what is deen? Inna hadha al-ilma deenun. Deen is made up of ilm. Deen is understood from ilm. Deen comes from ilm. 5 times salat is part of deen. So when you have the knowledge of 5 times salat, then that is part of your deen. So ilm is deen. If ilm is complete, deen is complete. If ilm is incomplete, deen is incomplete. If ilm is correct, deen is correct. If ilm is incorrect, deen will be incorrect. It is for this reason Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam over and over emphasized the virtues of ilm and the virtues of the people of ilm. Because ilm and people of ilm, they are the backbone of deen. Backbone of deen. Inna hadha al-ilma deenun. This ilm is deen. It is only ilm that is deen. So, فَانْظُرُوا أَمَّنْ تَأْخُذُونَ دِينَكُمْ. Be very careful from whom you take your deen. Mufti Google, Mawlānā Google, most dangerous thing for our iman and our deen. We go onto the internet, press a few buttons here and there, and any article that comes on that particular topic, we accept it. Who is the author? Do we know him? What is his chain? Does he have an authentic sound chain? Does his chain reach Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam or not? If ilm is incorrect, my friends, then whatever we practice, that deen will be incorrect. If ilm is incomplete, then whatever we practice, that deen will be incomplete. So first make sure ilm is correct and ilm is complete. So our deen becomes correct and complete. So I urge all my friends to sit in the company of the ulama as much as possible. Everybody should make a program in his life that once a week, at least once a week, I will take out some time and sit in the company of an alim towards whom I am inclined. We have 5 masajid in our town, 7 masajid, 10 masajid, and there are 10 ulama who impart durus. I must take out half an hour every week. I must take out 3/4 of an hour every week. I must take out at least 1 hour and carry on with my other activities. If I am a teacher in a Darul, I will carry on with those activities. If I am in Dawah and Tabligh, I will carry on with those activities. If I am associated to a Khanqah, I will carry on with those activities. But I must, in order to acquire correct ilm and increase my ilm, sit in the company of an alim at least once a week. If not once a week, at least once a month. Once a month. Connect yourself to the ulama. Luqman alayhi salatu wassalam said to his son, he was very, very wise, Luqman alayhi salatu wassalam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he was so wise. There are 2 opinions amongst the ulama as to whom Luqman alayhi salatu wassalam was. According to one opinion, Luqman alayhi salatu wassalam was a wali of Allah. And according to another opinion, he was a nabi of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He was so wise that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala quotes his noble advices in the glorious Quran. وَإِذْ قَالَ لُقْمَانُ لِابْنِهِ وَهُوَ يَعِيذُهُ يَا بُنَيَّ لَا تُشْرِكْ بِاللَّهِ إِنَّ الشِّرْكَ لَظُلْمٌ عَظِيمٌ يَا بُنَيَّ إِنَّهَا إِن تَكُ مِثْقَالَ حَبَّةٍ مِّنْ خَرْدَلٍ فَتَكُنْ فِي صَخْرَةٍ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions his advice. He says to his son, يَا بُنَيَّ عَلَيْكَ بِمُجَالَسَةِ الْعُلَمَاءِ. O my son, hold fast to the company of the ulama. Why? Because he further says, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, through the company of the God-fearing ulama, revives the dead hearts. Through the company of the God-fearing ulama, Allah revives the dead hearts. Allah purifies the hearts through the blessings of their company from effects of shirk, effects of nifaq, effects of kufr, from the akhlaq-e-razila, hasad, jealousy, hatred, kibr, pride and arrogance, self-conceit. So we need to understand Iman and Amal-e-Salihah. And after understanding Iman and Amal-e-Salihah, we need to hold fast to Iman and Amal-e-Salihah. What is Iman? Iman and Amal-e-Salihah, Iman and Istiqamat, Iman and Islam. Same thing. First level of taqwa is Iman, second level of taqwa is Amal-e-Salihah. First level of wilayat is Iman, second level of wilayat is Amal-e-Salihah. Iman and Amal-e-Salihah. What is Iman? Iman is to recognize, Iman is to understand, recognize and accept the truth. The truth that was brought by Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, to understand it. And after understanding, recognize it. Recognize it, understand it, or understand it, recognize it, and thereafter to accept it. Accept it wholeheartedly, submit to it. So the things a person has to do with his heart, that is Iman. That is Iman. That is the first level of wilayah. That is the first level of taqwa. To purify one's heart from kufr, to purify one's heart from shirk, and to purify one's heart from nifaq. To become a believer. Only recognizing and understanding the truth is not enough. Because Abu Talib had recognized and understood the truth. وَلَقَدْ عَلِمْتُ بِأَنَّ دِينَ مُحَمَّدٍ مِنْ خَيْرِ أَدْيَانِ الْبَرِيَّةِ دِينًا لَوْلَا الْمَلَامَةُ أَوْ حِذَارُ مَسَبَّةٍ لَوَجَدْتَنِي سَمْحًا بِذَاكَ مُبِينًا. He said, وَلَقَدْ عَلِمْتُ بِأَنَّ دِينَ مُحَمَّدٍ. I know. He said, I know because I have understood and I have recognized that the deen my nephew has brought, that is the best deen on the surface of this earth. I know. I have recognized it. But I cannot submit to it. I cannot accept it. I still remain on the deen of my forefathers. Why? Because I am afraid of my people. لَوْلَا الْمَلَامَةُ. They will lament and they will scold me. They will tease me. They will make fun of me. They will speak ill of me. They will humiliate me. If this was not the case, oh my nephew, I have recognized the truth. I have understood the truth. I have accepted it. But I can't because this is the obstacle I'm facing. So only understanding and recognizing the truth is not Iman. Understanding, recognizing and submitting, accepting it wholeheartedly that yes, I have accepted the truth. And whether I am able to carry out the commands of this truth or demands of this truth or not, I accept it to be fard and I accept it to be from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He may not perform salat, but he does not dispute the compulsion of salat. He may not fast in the month of Ramadan, but he will not dispute. He has submitted that yes, it is fard and it is my weakness. Yes, adultery, fornication is haram, but it is my weakness. Clubbing is not permissible, it is my weakness. He submits, he accepts everything. So Iman is to believe. Mal Iman, Jibreel alayhi salatu wasalam said, what is Iman? He said, Al-Imanu an tu'mina billah wa malaikatihi wa kutubihi wa rusulihi wal yawmil akhir wa an tu'mina bil qadri khayrihi wa sharrihi. To believe in everything. To believe in everything that was brought by Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam and that has reached us through the sublime chain of tawatur. This is Iman. And as soon as a person accepts Iman, as soon as a person submits, then the commands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala comes towards him from all four directions. Perform 5 times salat regularly. Give zakah. Perform hajj. Fast in the month of Ramadan. No adultery, no fornication, no alcohol, no drug. Don't. This is Islam. This is Amal Salihah. This is Istiqamat. This is the second level of Wilayah. This is the second level of Taqwa. So Amal Salihah is to abstain from everything that displeases Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and to try and do as much as possible from that which pleases Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So alhamdulillah, we have fulfilled the first responsibility. And that too was only through the grace of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because majority of us were born in Muslim homes. So there was no effort on our part. Iman is there, alhamdulillah. Iman is there. Now Amal Salihah. Amal Salihah. What is Amal Salihah? What is Islam? What is Istiqamah? What is the second level of Wilayah? What is the second level of Taqwa? When we talk about Taqwa, everybody wants to become Muttaqi. When we talk about Wilayah, Wali, oh, he is a Muttaqi person, oh, he is a Wali. When we talk about Muttaqi and Wali, immediately we give up. Because Shaitan has misled us to think that Taqwa and Wilayah is only for a certain handful individuals of the Ummah. When a person accepts his defeat, even before trying, how will he be able to acquire his goal? How can you expect a GCSE student to pass his exams when he believes right from the beginning of the year that he cannot pass GCSE? Shaitan has made us believe that yes, becoming muttaqi is a very great thing, and I wish I could also. I wish I was also a wali of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but no, it's not possible for me. For me, it's not. It's for big ulama. It's for those people who teach Bukhari Sharif. Those people who are ulama, who are leading personnel, muttaqi and wali, a simple person like me, no, I can't become muttaqi, I can't become wali. Remove this notion from your hearts and minds, my friends. And today, leave this gathering with this belief that I can also become the wali of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I can also become the muttaqi servant of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Why? Because Allah has granted me the same ability to become wali and muttaqi that He has given to any great personality of Islam. We all have the same ability. The only difference between them and me is they believed that I can become a muttaqi, I can become a wali, and they strived. And me, despite having that ability, I'm not believing. What do you need for taqwa? What do you need for wilayah? To become the special friend of Allah, to become the second level of muttaqi, you need only these two things, iman and amal saleh. Iman and amal saleh. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has granted not only Muslims, every non-Muslim also the ability to become his wali. Every non-Muslim has the ability to become wali. Every Muslim has the ability to become wali. The only difference is that a non-Muslim will have to do two things, a Muslim will have to do only one thing. A non-Muslim will have to accept iman and carry out amal salihah. And because a Muslim is already a mu'min, he already possesses iman, he will only have to carry out amal salihah. Iman amal salih. Amal salih is to make sure that a person does not do anything that displeases Allah. Another wrong notion in our hearts and minds. What is amal salih? Tilawat is amal salih. Zikr is amal salih. Tasbih is amal salih. Performing faraid and nawafil is amal salih. Spending in the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, amal saleh. And abstaining from adultery, not amal saleh. Abstaining from fornication, it doesn't strike that this is also amal saleh. Safeguarding your gaze when you're walking in the streets, it doesn't strike that this is also amal saleh. So we only look at our positives. Shaitan never let us look at our negatives. And we always tend to become victims of superiority complex, and we feel within ourselves that I'm doing lot of ibadah, and Allah has created me for ibadah, so Jannah is mine. Ibadah has 2 points. Point number 1 and the most important is ibadah amal saleh. Point number 1, to make sure that a person does not do anything that displeases Allah. What does that cover? This first point covers faraid. This first point covers wajibat. This first point covers sunan muakkada. This first point covers haram, and this first point covers makruhat tahrimiyya. Because if I omit farz, Allah will become unhappy. If I omit wajib, Allah will become unhappy. If I omit sunan muakkada, Allah will become unhappy. If I engage in haram, Allah will become unhappy. And if I engage in makruh tahrimi, Allah will become unhappy. So this should be the goal in life. I will make sure that I always perform faraid. I will make sure I always perform wajibat. I will make sure I always perform sunan muakkada. I will make sure I never go near haram and I never go near makruh tahrimi. And second point of amal salihah, I will try to do as much as possible to carry out those amal which makes Allah happy. This will cover sunan ghair muakkada. If I omit sunan ghair muakkada, Allah will not become unhappy, but if I carry it out, Allah will become happy. If I omit sunan and mustahabbat, Allah will not become unhappy, but if I carry them out, Allah will become happy. And if I omit nawafil, Allah will not become unhappy. But if I carry them out, Allah will become happy. This is amal salihah. This is amal salihah. to stay away from everything that makes Allah unhappy. To stay away from everything that makes Allah unhappy. And thereafter to do as much as possible from those things which will make Allah more happier. The person who is able to grasp on the first point of Amal-e-Salihah, who is able to stay away from anything that displeases Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he will become the ashik of Allah. He will become the lover of Allah. And the one who is able to grasp onto both points, that he does not do anything that displeases Allah, and he also does so many other things that makes Allah happy, he will become the mahbub and the beloved of Allah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us all the tawfiq to understand these points. Iman, belief, alhamdulillah we have belief. Amal-e-Salihah. Amal-e-Salihah, nowadays what is happening? What is happening nowadays? We have picked and chosen some good amal. Some farais, some from wajibat, some from sunan muakkada, some from sunan ghair muakkada, some from mustahabbat, some from nawafil, and that is our deen, that is our definition of deen. And we tend to think, I am deendar. Whereas on one side we are trying to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and without knowing, we are pleasing shaitan more than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Our situation is, Razi rahe Rahman bhi, khush rahe shaitan bhi. Rahman should also remain happy, and shaitan should also remain happy. But no, this cannot happen. Shaitan will remain happy. Shaitan, if you pick and choose, you do certain things to make him happy, certain things to make Allah, he will remain happy. Allah will not remain happy. Na khuda hi mila, na wisal sanam, na idhar ke rahe, na udhar ke rahe. Such people on the day of Qiyamah will have no refuge. وقال الشيطان لما قضي الأمر إن الله وعدكم وعد الحق ووعدتكم فأخلفتكم وما كان لي عليكم من سلطان إلا أن دعوتكم فاستجبتم لي فلا تلوموني ولوموا أنفسكم ما أنا بمصرخكم وما أنتم بمصرخي. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will decide Jahannam for such people who used to make Allah happy and Shaitan happy also, they will all turn to Shaitan and they will say, he used to promise so many things, that Allah is all forgiving, Allah is all merciful, Allah will forgive everything, don't worry, you have Iman. You have Iman, Iman will take you. We are going in Jahannam with you. He will say, Inna Allah wa'adakum wa'adal haq. Allah made some promises to you, I also made promises. Allah made a true promise to you, and I have broken my promise. And I had no authority over you. I had no authority. I invited you with my promises, and you readily accepted my invitation. Do not lament me, lament yourself. It is your fault. You should have believed in the promise of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Neither can I help you today, nor can you help me today. We will all go in the fire of Jahannam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Ya ayyuhan nasu, people, inna wa'dallahi haq. Remember that promise of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is nothing but truth. فَلَا تَغُرَّنَّكُمُ الْحَيَاةُ الدُّنْيَا. So make sure this worldly life, the greatest of this worldly life does not deceive you. وَلَا يَغُرَّنَّكُمْ بِاللَّهِ الْغَرُورِ. And make sure that the deceiver does not deceive you in regard to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Inna shaytan lakum aduwwun. Shaitan is your enemy. فَاتَّخِذُوهُ عَدُوًّا. So regard him your enemy. Always regard him your enemy. إِنَّمَا يَدْعُو حِزْبَهُ لِيَكُونُوا مِنْ أَصْحَابِ السَّعِيرِ. He is always inviting his followers towards the fire of Jahannam. And Allah, وَاللَّهُ يَدْعُو إِلَى دَارِ السَّلَامِ. And Allah is inviting you towards the Jannah, which is known as Darus Salam. Shaitan is inviting you towards Jahannam, and Allah is inviting you towards Jannah. Accept the invitation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So nowadays I am telling all my friends that forget the word guna. Forget the word guna, because the word guna has become very light. Guna. Stay away from guna. Very light. Sin, very light. Instead of guna, instead of sin, tell yourself, stay away from disobeying the one who has created you and granted you all the bounties. Don't disobey the one who has created you and granted you all the bounties. Don't disobey him. Disobey, don't disobey. Major sin, minor sin, major sin, minor sin. Ibn Abbas radiyallahu anhu used to say, Kullu ma nuhiya anhu fahuwa kabiratun. What is this? That this is major, this is minor? Disobeying the one who has created you and granted you all bounties, anything that you do to disobey him is kabira. It is major, because you are disobeying your greatest benefactor. So let us make this firm resolution, my friends, that the first point we need to concentrate on, that I will not do anything that will displease my Creator. This is the first point. And second point, I will try to do as much as possible from that which pleases my Creator. All our akabir, all our mashayikh, all the awliya who have passed and who are present today, in their lives we see the first level of amal salihah and also the second level of amal salihah. And look at the level, look at the stage that they were on as far as the second level of amal salihah is concerned. Second level of amal salihah. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Sayyid ibn Jubair, rahimahullah ta'ala. We are talking about tilawah now, tilawah. Tilawah. Daily read one juz, which we find difficult. The so-called religious people, the so-called deendar people belonging to this community, this locality of Masjid-e-Zakaria, or our locality, academy or Masjid-e-Noor, anywhere you go, the deendar. Ask each and every one of them how much Quran they recite on a daily basis. How much zikr they do on a daily basis. How much zikr they do. How much salat ala nabi and durood pak they recite on a daily basis. Despite that, we still feel that we are very pious. Sayyid ibn Jubair, rahimahullah ta'ala. One day somebody met him, assalamu alaikum wa alaikum assalam. There was heaviness in his tongue. Hazrat, are you okay? You are not clear in your speech today? Not suffering from stroke? He said, no, I'm fine. Nothing is wrong with me. But why is your tongue very heavy? Your speech is not clear? He said, I last night recited Quran more than my regular mamul. What is your regular mamul? I recite one Quran daily in tahajjud. Regular mamul is I recite one Quran daily in tahajjud. And many times in one rakat only. For the tarbiyah of his children he was answering this. Not to show off his amal. So yesterday you recited more than your daily mamul. How much did you recite last night? He said 2.5 Quran. 2.5 Quran in one night, one Quran daily, and this with all the other azkar and all the other mamulat and all the other studying and teaching that he had to do. This was the status of their second level of amal salihah. And as far as the first level of amal salihah was concerned, It wasn't possible for them to do anything that displeased Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And if anything ever occurred remotely, then they would immediately use the ni'mat of tawbah and make sure they make Allah happy immediately. Now, very important point. Iman. Iman. And thereafter Amal Salihah. In our day-to-day language, especially the brothers who engage with dawah and tabligh, they say, my iman has become very weak. And when they are able to carry out their amal, they say, my iman has become strong. Iman has become weak, iman has become strong. When they say iman has become weak, iman has become strong, they talk about the amal salihah. They talk about Islam. It's not the aqidah that becomes weak and strong. Aqidah remains as it is. Aqidah has only one level. Because if aqidah drops, you go out of the fold of Islam. If aqidah drops even by 0.5%, you go out of the fold of Islam. Aqidah never drops. You believe in everything or you don't believe in a certain thing. So aqidah does not go high and low. My iman is high, my iman is low. My iman is strong, my iman is weak. So when they say my iman is high, they say my amal salihah is doing good, or my Islam is good, or my istiqamat is good, or my second level of wilayah is good. That is what they are talking about. And my iman is low, my iman is weak, they are experiencing difficulty in amal. Nothing is wrong with their iman. It is for this reason amal salihah is also known as complete iman. So a person who accepts all the aqaid is known as mu'min, and the person who also has amal salihah in his life is known as complete mu'min. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made no promises for the mu'min only. All the promises and all the guarantees from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala are only for the mu'min with amal salihah. That means the complete mu'min. This is a very, very important point to ponder over, my friends, and worry about our hereafter. My sisters, listen very carefully to this point. Because shaitan makes us believe that, oh, you can carry on with adultery, with fornication, with evil glances, with films, with filthy things on internet, swearing, vulgar language, disobedience to parents. Doesn't matter. Sooner or later you will go in Jannah. Sooner or later, my brother, you cannot even tolerate the flame of a candle for 3 seconds. How will you tolerate the fire of Jahannam for many years? But let's assume that yes, okay, I will go in the fire of Jahannam, stay there for a few thousand years, and eventually I will find myself in Jannah. It's true. If we go with Iman. If we go with this Iman. Iman and Amal Salihah, Allah guarantees peace of mind and tranquility of the heart in this world. Iman and Amal Salihah, Allah guarantees Husn Khatimah. Iman and Amal Salihah, Allah guarantees a garden from the gardens of paradise in Qabr. Iman and Amal Salihah, Allah guarantees shade under His throne, shade under His mercy on the day of Qiyamah. Iman and Amal Salihah, Allah guarantees an easy reckoning. Iman and Amal Salihah, Allah guarantees book of deeds in your right hand. Iman and Amal Salihah, Allah guarantees full sirat easy. Iman and Amal Salihah, Allah guarantees entry into Jannah without our having to go in the fire of Jahannam. But only Iman and no Amal Salihah, sinful life, only Iman. Peace of mind, tranquility of the heart is not guaranteed. If Allah wills, you will enjoy. If Allah does not will, He will snatch it away anytime. Only Iman, Allah does not guarantee Husn Khatimah. If He desires, you will go with Iman. If He doesn't, at the time of death, Iman will be taken away. He has gone with Iman. Allah's fadl was with him. Only Iman. Amal-e-Salih are very weak. Allah does not guarantee a garden from the gardens of paradise in grave. It could be a ditch from the fire of Jahannam. Allah does not guarantee shade under His throne, shade under His rahmah on the day. Allah does not guarantee easy reckoning. Allah does not guarantee easy pul sirat. Allah does not guarantee safety from the fire of Jahannam. Allah does not guarantee entry direct into Jannah without going in the fire of Jahannam. So now we understand the importance of Amal-e-Salihah. That through Amal-e-Salihah, Allah guarantees everything. Without Amal-e-Salihah, there is no guarantee. There is fear. Fear on every step. Fear on every step. Fear on every step. So from today, my friends, let us make this the goal of our lives. What is going to be the goal of our life? Amal-e-Salihah. And from that, the first level is to abstain from everything that displeases Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Make sure we carry out fard. Make sure we carry out wajib. Make sure we carry out sunnah muakkada. Nowadays our young boys, they come into the masjid even on Fridays in the last minute after the khutbah is over. After the khutbah is over. Khutbah is incumbent. What about sunnah muakkada before salat? Sunnah muakkada after salat? And as far as sunnah ghair muakkada is concerned, we do not find sunnah ghair muakkada even in the religious people. Sunnah ghair muakkada, mustahab, sunan, only handful of sunnats. Only handful of sunnats. Why? Because we worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala only out of His fear. We don't worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala because we love Him. So we are only scared of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala all the time, the religious people. If I don't perform Fajr, Allah will punish me. If I don't perform Zohar, Allah will punish me. If I don't fast in the month of Ramadan, Allah will punish me. It's a punishment, punishment. There is only an element of fear. There is no element of love with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And our pious predecessors, there was element of love. Hadrat Mawlānā Fazlur Rahman, Ganj Muradabadi Rahmatullahi alayhi, very great saint of his time. He says that when I put my forehead on the floor in sajda, I do not feel like raising my head, because at that very moment I feel that my head is in the lap of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When their head used to go in sajda, they used to find it difficult to raise it. And when we raise our heads from sajda, we find it difficult to put it back in sajda. That is why there is a lot of difference between how Allah dealt with them and how Allah is dealing with us. लगाता था तू जब नारा तो खैबर तोड़ देता था, हुक्म देता था समंदर को तो रास्ता छोड़ देता था, दश्त तो दश्त दरिया भी न छोड़े हमने, बहरे ज़ुलुमात में दौड़ा दिए घोड़े हमने. That is how Allah dealt with them. Everything was in their control. They ruled the whole universe. The whole universe. Earthquake takes place in the time of Umar radiyallahu anhu. And with his whip, he strikes the earth and he says, am I not obeying the Creator? Am I not obeying the Creator? Am I making any mistake? Why? Why are you disobeying me? I am obeying my Creator, and you are disobeying me? Obey me. And from that day till today, earthquake has not struck Madinah Munawwara. River Nile, Umar radiyallahu anhu writes a letter to River Nile. It stopped flowing. It used to dry up. It was from Shaitan. And Umar radiyallahu anhu writes a letter. If you are flowing through the command of Allah, then flow. And if you are flowing out of your own will, Umar does not need you. And it began flowing. From that day till today, River Nile has never dried up. Umar has gone. It's been 1400 years. Ya Sariyah al-Jabal, al-Jabal. Ya Sariyah al-Jabal, al-Jabal. Umar radiyallahu anhu is standing on the mimbar of Madinah Munawwara, and a Muslim army is fighting thousands of miles away from there. And Umar radiallahu anhu sends this message to that army through the wind. And the wind is under the command of Umar. It takes the message of Umar radiallahu anhu. And the whole army hears this command of Umar radiallahu anhu. The four elements, the wind, the clay, the wind, the earth, the water, the fire. A complaint reached Umar radiallahu anhu that a fire has engulfed the houses of Madinah Munawwara, and one after the other the houses are burning and we are unable to control it with water. Umar radiallahu anhu takes off his garment that was covering his upper part of the body, and he says, take this garment and put it in front of the fire. As soon as that garment was put in front of the fire stopped. They became Allah's, Allah had become theirs. But they were very, very particular as far as Amal Salihah were concerned. As far as the first level of Amal, never disobey Allah. No, never disobey. We can give our lives but not disobey Allah. How can we disobey Allah? How can we disobey Allah? And the second level, so high, Allahu Akbar. Second level was so high that Hazrat Talha radiallahu ta'ala says, one night, at around 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, middle of the night, I was walking in the streets of Madinah Munawwara and I saw a strange man in the darkness entering the house of a strange lady who lived on her own. He said, I tried to figure out who the person was and I realized it was Amirul Mu'minin Umar ibn Khattab radiallahu anhu. He said, negative thoughts started running through my head and mind. Strange lady, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, midnight, what is Umar doing here? They were not like us, that when they used to see their Muslim brother do anything wrong, they would feel happy that, oh, he is of a lower class than me. No, they would feel concerned that what is Umar doing here? Is he doing something that is detrimental to his hereafter? I need to inquire. So he waited. After half an hour, 3/4 of an hour, 1 hour, when Umar radiallahu anhu left the home, Talha entered the home. Assalamu alaikum, wa alaikum assalam. Who was here a few minutes ago? I don't know, but he comes here every day. He comes here every day, during the night, after everybody has gone to sleep, and he cleans my home. He washes my utensils. He attends to my goats. He does all my household work because I am sick, ill. And he probably knows I don't have any men to look after me. I have no son, no husband. So Talha radiallahu anhu said, woe to you, O Talha. He said, woe to you, O Talha. You are in search of the fault of Umar. And Umar is in search of the pleasure of his Rabb. Look at the level of the Nafal Amal. Level of the Nafal Amal. So my friends, let us go from here with this firm resolution that inshallah from today, the target will be, or the aim will be, or the goal will be, Allah will never become unhappy with me. And now with this concept, when you stand Allahu Akbar in the court of Allah, you will feel happy that salat is not burden, it is something that is making my Creator happy, and because it's making my Creator happy, I am also happy. Allah is happy with me. I am doing this to make my Allah happy. Allah is happy, that's why I am doing this. Allah is happy with me. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, out of His mercy, kindness, He knew that their goal in life is not to make me unhappy, but because I have not made them immune from sins, so they will falter, they will slip, and they will make me unhappy. They will make me unhappy. A person will try his utmost, and for 1 year he will be able to do things which will keep me happy, and suddenly he will slip and he will make a mistake. Minor sin, major sin, he will make me unhappy. And some people, weak, beginners, they will sleep after 24 hours, after 48 hours, after 72 hours, and they will make me unhappy. If I only say to them that, look, keep me happy, and the day you make me unhappy, you are doomed. They will have no chance. So Allah out of His mercy said that keep me happy. But when you make a mistake and I do become unhappy, then I'm giving you this ni'mat of tawbah. Use it and make me happy again. And I'm giving you this ni'mat of tawbah to use it 5 times in your life, 50 times, 500 times, 5,000 times. No, use it as many times as you want. Use it as many times as you want. And it is with this, a couple of notes on tawbah that I would like to conclude. Tawbah, a great ni'mat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. It is through this door of tawbah a person reaches wilayah. It is through this door of tawbah a person becomes muttaqi. It is through this door of tawbah that a person is able to get grip on amal-e-salihah. Tawbah, use this door of tawbah, my friends. Especially my young friends who will go from here as beginners, because they are immersed in disobedience to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Do not give up. Do not give up. Do not give up. For the sake of Allah, do not give up. Do not give up. Because all of you have a chance. All of you have a chance. Allah loves you. That is why He brings you in His home despite all your disobedience. Allah loves you. I always tell my young friends that after you make a mistake and you feel regretful and remorseful, that is a sign that Allah is knocking at the door of your heart, and Allah is giving you this message that despite your evil doings, I still love you. Come to my doorstep. Don't give up, my sisters. Don't give up. Don't do anything. Don't do anything, but don't let go of this tawbah. Don't let go of this. Tawbah is a great ni'mat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Great ni'mat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Through tawbah, a person becomes the beloved of Allah. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, At-taibu habibullah. The one who repents, the one who makes a U-turn is the beloved of Allah. Inna Allah yuhibbu at-tawabin. Allah loves those people who repent, who make a U-turn. Tawbah means to make a U-turn, to return. Go with this resolution that today I have become the lover of Allah. I have become the lover of Allah. I will make sure that because I love Him, I will not disobey Him and make Him unhappy. But if overcome by nafs shaitan, who are very strong on me at the moment, and my spiritual stamina is weak, if I do make him unhappy, I will not give up. I will make tawbah again, just like I'm doing now, and make him happy again. And if they make me break the tawbah and make Allah unhappy, I will again make tawbah and make Allah happy. And if shaitan and nafs exert effort upon me and make me break my tawbah and make Allah unhappy again, I will again repent and make Allah happy. I will continue with the cycle just as shaitan and nafs will continue with the cycle. जो नाकाम होता रहे उम्र भर भी बहरहाल कोशिश तो आशिक न छोड़े. We are आशिक, and if we continue to fail throughout our lives, we will never leave our trying to become the aashik of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Never. We will never step back. From today we want to become the lovers of Allah. We want to become from those who make Allah happy. जो नाकाम होता रहे उम्र भर भी बहरहाल कोशिश तो आशिक न छोड़े. ये रिश्ता मोहब्बत का कायम ही रखे, जो 100 बार टूटे तो 100 बार जोड़े. If the tawbah breaks 100 times, we will join our ties with Allah 100 times. And if the tawbah breaks 1,000 times, we will join our ties with Allah 1,000 times. If it breaks 100,000 times, if it breaks 1,000,000 times, if it breaks 1,000,000,000 times, we will never give up. We will continue joining our ties with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because every time we make Allah unhappy, we move far away from Allah. As soon as we repent, we are in the lap of Allah again. And I want to mention only 2 benefits of tawbah. One I have already mentioned. Allah, this person becomes the beloved of Allah. Just 2 benefits. Benefit number 1. Benefit number 1. I and Mawlānā. May Allah save all of us from sinful activities. I am only giving this example. Me and Mawlānā. Good friends for 30 years. Example. Good friends for 30 years. And every day we go out and disobey Allah. Same activities, exactly same activities.
both of us, for 30 years, exactly same activity. When we return home, lie down on the bed, the nur of Iman will always pull regret in the heart. Because Allah loves people with Iman. So on the bed, lying on the bed, on the pillow of the head, and thinking about Allah, that I've disobeyed my Creator. I need to live this filthy life. But I go to sleep. And Mawlānā, same thing is happening in his bedroom. And he says to Allah, oh Allah, forgive me. From tomorrow I will not do anything wrong. When we wake up in the morning, I am still sinful because I have not repented. And Mawlānā is sinless. The following day we go to work factory, come back in the evening, we call each other, overcome by shaitan, nafs, wrong company, whatever you want to call it, we go again. Same sinful activities return again. The same thing happens again. He repents, I don't repent. The thought enters both our minds. He repents, I don't. And this continues for 30 years. Last night of our lives, he goes to sleep. Again he says to Allah that, oh Allah, today I am 100% sure, like every day, I will never commit sin. And during the night he dies. The regret was there, but I did not utilize the regret. I went to sleep without tawbah. On the day of Qiyamah, Mawlānā will enter Jannah without any hisab. And I will be questioned for 30 years. Look at tawbah. Look at what a great name Allah has given us. So why do we give up? Why do we give up? What have we to lose if we use that tawbah again and again and again and again? And second benefit of tawbah, why does shaitan keep us away from tawbah? Because every amal, every good amal has an effect, has some kind of vitamin for our spiritual life. The effect of tawbah is that the stamina to resist sins increases. So if a person does not make tawbah, he will not be able to resist sin. And if a person makes tawbah, again tawbah, again tawbah, again tawbah, again tawbah, again tawbah, so after every 24 hours he used to sleep, now he finds that he can carry on till 25 hours. And then it's 48 hours. And then it's 72 hours. And then it's 1 week. The same sin. But now the resisting power is increasing. Because the stamina is increasing inside. This vitamin of tawbah is making this resisting power more stronger. And then a person is able to resist for 1 month and then he sleeps. And then 2 months and then he sleeps. And then 3 months and then he sleeps. And soon he will find that there is a barrier between himself and that particular sin. So from today, we will do nothing that will displease Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If we do displease Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala through any disobedience, we will immediately use the ni'mat of tawbah. And with that, we will continue with the second level of amal salihah, whatever we may be engaged in. We will not leave them because they also have their benefits which will strengthen us and which will make our carrying out our faraid and wajibat more easier. And in order to help us in all this, we need to sit in the company of the ulama. Because if we sit in the company of the ulama, we will be able to understand amal salihah better. What is farz, what is wajib, what is sunnah muakkada, what is sunnah ghair muakkada, what is mustahab, what is haram, what is makruh tahrimi, and what is makruh tanzihi. We also need to sit in the company of the mashayikh. Because when we sit in the company of the mashayikh, then the halal and the haram of the heart becomes easy to control. Hasad, jealousy. How can I rid myself of jealousy? I know jealousy is haram and I know I am jealous as well. But how? It's not any dirt or filth on my jubba that I can just wash it and make it clean. I want to remove it. How can I? It is through the instruction of the mashayikh that we will be able to remove jealousy. Through the instruction of the mashayikh that we will be able to remove kibr and ujb. So sit in the company of the Mashayikh. Read authentic literature written by authentic ulama under the supervision of authentic ulama. And number 3, in order to keep this worry in our hearts and minds, go out in the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Stay in the environment of the masjid. When you stay in the environment of the masjid for 3 days, for 10 days, for 40 days, the same fikr, the same concern, the same worry that is being generated here and now, that fikr, that worry will be generated. And when that worry is generated, a person will come back with this zeal that in order to understand Amal-e-Salihah better, I need to sit in the company of the ulama. In order to purify my heart, I need to sit in the company of the Mashayikh. And when a person continues with this cycle of da'wah, tabligh, sitting in the company of the ulama and association with the Mashayikh, a person will become a muttaqi. And when he goes from this world, the malaika will say, Salamun alaykum, tibtum, fadkhuluha khalidin. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will say, Assalamu alaykum ya ahl al-jannah. In Ibn Majah Sharif, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, when the people of Jannah will enter Jannah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will say, Assalamu alaykum ya ahl al-jannah. May the peace of Allah be upon you, O the people of Jannah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us all the tawfiq to carry out whatever we have learned today, and may our lives remain in accordance to the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala till we breathe our last. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us all the tawfiq to strive for His deen, to propagate His deen, and to benefit from the ulama and the mashayikh. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Wa sallallahu ala nabiyyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi.